Hello viewers, it's JPlay here and welcome back to another video. I'm just trying to implement a new form of series here by adding commentary to my racing after I finished the race. I like my good bit of GT racing, and therefore I decided to do some GT racing on the Hockenheimring in Germany. 10 laps of GT racing starting last 16th of 16 in my class, 2-class race. GTO is the other class. My class is the GT Endurance class. The race already started, as you can see, and well, I'm pretty good. Already made up one position, but as you can see, the Ferrari of the GTO class already took that position from me. We are nearing the hairpin at Hockenheim, and look at that, that's absolute carnage down there. So many cars crashing in there. We are just sneaking to the inside, making up a few positions. We're on position 13 right now. That's a nice start. I mean, position 12, even position 12 now. Having a bit of trouble in the corner here, down to the left-hander, really slow. We're really trying to drive defensive in here. We want to drive clean, therefore I'm not absolutely rushing to those guys, not crashing into them as I do sometimes. Yeah, so therefore position 13 now. The long right-hander here is pretty difficult for me. To the little hairpin here, not making up any positions, being really defensive also here in the last 2 corners of the lap. Position 13, 12 in my class, and here I get that blue Aston Martin, and now I also try to get that yellow Aston Martin, but this was a little of a corner cut, therefore I decided to let that Corvette through, and by mistake I also let that Aston Martin through once again. Therefore I need to overtake him again. Little wide in turn 1. The marshals are not screaming at me, therefore I don't really care about that. Off to second corner, already almost crashed into that Aston Martin as he was super slow, but I basically managed to prevent the crash. Really I was really lucky there. The long left-hander slight curve to the hairpin here, braking way later than those guys, and now I got the blue Aston Martin. He crashed a bit into me, but no huge damage for me. But now the Corvette is on my right side. Now, therefore, I really need to be defensive in that one. The Corvette gets me here, but directly in the next corner, I get the Corvette back through the outside. Now he's on the left, but now I do have the inner side, therefore the Corvette is mine again. So we progressed up to position 12 and position 11 in my class. This right-hander, as I told you, is really my weak point. As you can see clearly here, that racing line is not good at all. To the left one here, got the better exit, but also here corner cutting, so I decided not to overtake him here. That little beautiful Corvette in front of me, but now I'm getting them here in the last corner, but he got the better exit. I was a bit rough here, therefore I saved up position 10. First corner, really defensive here, still a bit wide, but no marshals angry at me, therefore it's okay. The blue Corvette in front of me is the next one. The right-hander is driven really well, and therefore I do clearly get the better exit. A little bit less grip than him here, therefore my speed is a bit low, but still managing to sneak my way to the hairpin, and now it's position for me, and boom, I drove directly into the GTO car. That was a freaking mess. I was a bit, well, I left him his position after that, but still now I got 8 damage point at the front, which was really lucky, to be honest, because yeah, I mean, look at that crash. It was horrible, to be honest. But still, that Ferrari is kind of slow in the corners, therefore it is not that hard for me to get the position here in the right-hander. Yep, fastest second sector of mine here. This time I took the right-hander quite well, so I progressed to position 9 and also 9th in my class since I overtook the leader of the GTO class. This left-hander got rid right-hander, and then now the double right-hander getting a bit wide here, therefore not accelerating that much to not get well, any kind of anger by the marshals. This lap was my new personal record, which was really nice. And off to lap number 4. Now I do have 2 seconds of space. I need to make up to get to position 8 here. But as you can clearly see, I'm not slow. I'm quicker than those guys, of course. I set difficulty of the AI to 85 in that race and aggressivity to 100. Therefore, those guys normally are pretty damn good, but also my driving skills are improving. And as I said, I almost spun out here because I basically disabled stability control in my cars since I want to get used to drive cars with less assistance, and the other assistance programs are set on low. Therefore the back can get kind of slippery here, as you can see. Really losing a lot of grip in that right-hander, but still half a second in front compared to my previous lap. And as you can see, quickest second sector of the race, but that exit here of the right-hander was awful, therefore I lost half a second in there. The left-hander here was kind of good, sneaking, being a bit quicker than the guys in front of me. It's round about 1.5 seconds now. The right-hander a bit wide there, therefore not my quickest lap of the race, but that's fine. 3 tenths slower than my quickest lap. This time the first corner was pretty damn nice here, and now I'm really working my way up to the guys in front of me because they are so slow in this little corner here, and I'm making up a ton of time here. So already in the top 10, position 9, therefore I guess podium is possible, at least at this point, because I'm really gaining time compared to the leader and also compared to the guy direct in front of me. Those guys really slow once again in the hairpin. Look at that, gaining tons of time. Managed to not spin my car around here. I'm losing grip every time in this hairpin, but it's fine for now. Through the right-hander, and now the steep left-hander here, also way quicker than this guy here. Nice one. So I'm working my way up to the front. Really good. And now it's the right-hander once again. That was decent. Look at that. I'm 6 tenths ahead of my quickest lap, so it looks like this will be the quickest lap. This corner wasn't good at all, but no matter. And guys, look at that. Now I spun around. I will lose a ton of time here, and I directly decide to go to the pit, as there's a mandatory pit stop to be made in here. Tons of time lost in here, so therefore, since I'm already really slow in this part of the track, I decided to take my pit stop in here. There's a bit of damage to be repaired. The tires will be changed, I guess, and there's some fuel to be filled up, and therefore the pit stop will take a ton of time. And as you can see, fuel is already done here. Now they will change the tires, and as you can see, the pit stop is taking for years. We're at 12 seconds, 13 seconds, and the guys that got to the box after me are already out of the box once again. This is not looking good for me at all, and my pit stop time is 24.0 seconds. That's an absolute mess. I lost so much time in here. What a horrible pit stop, man. And now from position 9, after that spin and that awful pit stop, I'm back to 26th. Last driver in my class. Oh guys, this is not looking good at all, but still. I managed to get out before in front of that Lambo and directly behind me. And now everything I basically can try is to drive as quickly as possible to maybe make up a position or 2 or 3 or 4. This will definitely be not a race win for me, I can tell you that, but let's see what it will be from now on. This time I get this hairpin quite well. That's good. But man, what an absolute frustrating moment when you are absolutely driving well and then you spin around and you ruin your whole race with one little spin. That's so frustrating, I can tell you that. When I drove it, when I did the race, I was basically raging all around. I was screaming. That was so freaking horrible. Now my sector time is kind of good. At least that's what my race engineer is telling me. That left-hander is driven quite well here. But there are people in the box in front of me. Maybe I can get them till the end of the lap. Maybe not. Nah. Yeah, there are 2, 3 cars standing there. There's 1 car standing here. And a few of them already left the box once again. But these will be the cars that I'm directly racing from now on in the last 4 laps. Yeah, let's see if I can get them or not. Therefore, just trying to get this corner as well as possible to get as much speed as possible here. My first sector was my quickest first sector in the race, therefore you can see I'm not off pace, and the repair of this little damage I had was kind of good for me actually, because I mean my times are improving, but still lost so much time here that basically I will probably not be able to make up all the time lost with my spin and with my awful pit stop till the end of a race, because it's only 10 laps. If it was 20 laps maybe that would have been possible, but it, as you can see, only 10 laps, so it will not be possible, I guess. But you can see here 1.5 seconds quicker than my quickest lap before, therefore making up a ton of time. That guy, yeah, quickest sector of mine here. That guy's already in front of me, and guys, this is absolutely horrible. I spun out a second time. This time it's not that bad, but I still lost like 5 to 10 seconds, and look at those guys in the box in front of us. There are so many people. Probably I will not be able to overtake them because of the 3 to 4 seconds I lost here. What a mess, man. Guys, I was raging so much. It was so frustrating to see myself being quicker than everybody else on the racetrack, and then I spin around and all the time gained is lost twice. What a horror. Just managed to get in front of that Lambo here, but now it's only 3 more laps, lap 8 of 10 now. And basically, yeah, the car in front of me now is a GTE car, but it's, yeah, 6 seconds that I need to gain before the race ends to at least be able to gain 2 or 3 positions. Of course, this will not be a top 15, maybe not even a top 10, no, maybe not even a top 20 finish, but yeah, basically there's nothing I can do from now on. The only thing I can do now is try as hard as I can to gain as much time as possible. And you can, as you can see here, already 2 seconds, 1.8, 1.7, 1.6 seconds ahead of my quickest lap. The lap before would have been my quickest lap if I would not have spun around in this exact corner here. This time I'm taking it really carefully to not spin around once again, because I don't want to lose more positions. And now, yeah, it's all about luck and it's all about pure racing here. I'm still off by 5 seconds compared to the car in front of me. There are a lot of people leaving the pit right now. Maybe I will be able to get that guy leaving the pit at the moment. This was my quickest lap by far, as you can see, so I am definitely on pace. I gained a position here, so I'm in 21st position right now. And yeah, let's see, 2 more laps to go here. And gaining tons of time, as you can see. Now it's only 4 seconds compared to the guy in front of me. So I'm gaining, definitely. But I lost so much time here that it's really impossible for me to, yeah, overtake many cars till the race ends. And as you also can see, I'm gaining a lot of time compared to the race leader even. So if the race would have been like 10 more laps longer, maybe even the race win would have been possible if I would not spin once again, of course. But yeah, and for now it's basically only hoping that I can get another position or 2. Gaining a lot here. It's 2.5 to 3 seconds compared to the guy in front of me now only. So the race leader now hits the start finish. So basically that's all of the time I lost in the pit and all of the time I lost while spinning around 2 times. You can see clearly here that I'm way quicker than those guys in those corners here, in the last few right and left handers before the finish line, start finish line. And now we are off to our last lap starting now. Let's see if we can overtake 1 or 2 more cars to at least finish a bit ahead of where I started, because I started last compared last in my class. I mean, I started 16th overall, but I mean there are a few GTO cars that are way quicker than our GTE cars. Therefore, I will ignore the overall rating. I will just care about the internal class rating. GTE class. Basically, started 16th. I'm on 16th now. Maybe I can get a few more positions now. After the hairpin here, gained a ton of time here. It's less than a second away compared to them. Really gaining here. Now the left-hander, as you can see, once again I'm so much quicker than them, but unfortunately now the weak part of the race is starting for me, because I'm not as quick as some other guys in these few corners. Now my weakest corner at all got them quite decently, and now I'm directly on his back. But basically overtaking in these corners is kind of hard, so I really need to be rough. I really need to be aggressive now if I want to make up another position. Therefore I take his inside on the right, I bump him out a bit, and at least I overtook one guy before the race finishes, and it's 25th for me. Yeah, guys, that's it. That was awful. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.